Hey, John, it's a position that's changed dramatically for you over the last few months, and I wonder if you can discuss how unsettled you feel about your center ice position and your forwards by extension, how unsettling that is when that sort of is unsure. I think it seems like you've got some interesting options there. I'm not sure if you know exactly how everything best aligns right now.
I don't. It has been a point of contention for us as far as our center ice. And hence, that's what brings into exactly what our lines are going to be. I would love to settle in on some lines. I think that's the proper thing to do to gain some confidence. Although we're beginning to score some goals, I'd still like to be able to feel good about what our four-line situation is, but I have not been able to do that. A key guy is Max. Max has struggled, and I'm going to take him out of the middle of the ice. And I think I'm going to keep him out of the middle of the ice and let him play wing. And I thought we lost Tex when I put him on wing, when I thought he was playing pretty well at center. And then we'll see where it goes from there.
You're still learning a lot, really, about all three of those guys you mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a number of new guys and in a key situation and a key position. And they're still trying to learn me. I'm trying to learn them. And hopefully we'll get this ironed out here. I would like to feel comfortable with our lines, but we win a hockey game the other night, and listen, as I said before, you win a hockey game, you leave the building and grab the 2 points and don't ever take them out of your pocket and try to give them back. But we're outchanced 22-8. And how porous we are defensively at that position affects the play down low also, and plus it hurts us offensively. So we've got some things to straighten out. We lack cohesiveness, and it's 12 games into it. We've got to start climbing that ladder and trying to find ourselves and stabilize ourselves.
I think we think about the center position mostly in terms of what makes the forward lines click offensively. Is it fair to say you're more concerned about that position from a defensive standpoint?
As a coach, you're always worried about the play away from the puck. Off the offensive standpoint, that's going to come to creativity. That's a confidence part of the game for offensive people. I can't grab these guys and tell them maybe make this move or maybe make that. Who the hell am I to tell these quality people, quality players, how to make a pass and how do you see the ice? We like I've always said to you guys, we've always talked about coaches try to put some things into manufacture offense in some of our systems. But for me, my biggest concern is how porous we've been when we're not getting the offense. And that's something I need to coach. The biggest part of my job right now with this club in such a crazy year is trying to find, we got to get ourselves to be a team, just to be cohesive. We're not there. We're not there. And that's a big part of my job.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, John. Somewhat along those same lines. The situation you guys have gone through in the last 11 months, you got some guys out there in practice that haven't actually played in an actual game in almost a year. Defensemen, forwards, your backup goalie. As a coach, how challenging is that to look at that and say, well, do I want to put this guy in? He hasn't played in forever, or that kind of thing. Is that a challenge at all to try and keep those guys fresh?
I think I'll answer the question this way, Hedge. I put a lot of thought into our lineup each and every night. I haven't spent more time with my other coaches talking about lines and what today's lineup's going to be in practice or game. I've done it more this year in 12 games than I think I've done probably half the year last year. And this is through trying to understand the players. I think a number of players struggling, whether it be they haven't played a lot of hockey, whether it be they've lacked emotion because the building isn't, there's no life in the building, all the things that come to play. But you know what? I think I need to simplify my thinking, because I'm gonna try to do the best I can and play the players that deserve to be in the lineup based on merit. I think that is something, as you go through this year with a number of different players coming in here, I'm trying to let them play through it. It's going to come down to merit here, and I think that'll simplify things, and I think that'll help us get cohesive quicker.
Yeah, specifically in goal, with Matisse, is it different there? I mean, I know you lean pretty, heavily on Manny and talk to him and see what you want to do, but putting him in cold like that, I mean, I guess that's the way you look at it. Is that a challenge?
I mean, putting Kibby in?
If it comes to it, I know you have back-to-back games. You don't talk about your goalies beforehand, but I'm just looking at him down the road, and I'm saying, if you have to put him in there, he hasn't played in almost a year.
Yeah. I don't look. Kibby showed us he can play, and has he played a lot? No, but we weren't sure about him when we put him in the last time with us, and he played very well. So I'm not sure what the rotation is going to be. This is different than me alternating Elvis and Corpy. There's no question I have to do some thinking about where he gets his games. So that goes back to we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. As we play the games, we'll see what happens that game and then make a decision for the next one. Where it was a little bit different with Elvis and Corpy. I was going to alternate them. And at a point in time during the year, if we feel we need to get away from that, we would. But I had no hesitation in what we were doing. But it is different now, losing Elvis here.
Yeah. The last thing I had for you was, obviously, Zach didn't practice today. Do you have any update on him at all?
Yeah, he's banged up. He's out for tomorrow. Waiting for more information. He will not play tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Next we'll go to Mark Scheid. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, Glenn. And yeah, just along what Hedge was saying about Werenski, I guess Dean Kukin's really been one of your more consistent players. Just what has stood out about him, maybe getting a chance to play with Seth Jones.
Yeah, he sees the ice. He's done a pretty good job. He's been probably one of our better defensemen, skating the puck out of our end zone and turning the net and just taking off. He's made some good offensive plays, not afraid to make an offensive play. I think the flipper is a very important part of the National Hockey League. The flipper's a really important play, but we're relying on it way too much, where there are plays to be made and we're just not seeing them. And when we do see them, it's just not a sharp enough pass. Kooks has been one of our better ones as far as getting us out of our end zone and making some offensive plays.
Okay, and we'll go back to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, John, you're a coach that in the past has not liked seeing so many D-to-D passes. Are you seeing too many of them now?
Too many. We're too slow. And that's not just the D. And this is what I mean, the cohesiveness and playing as fives. We're not getting people into position quick enough either for our D to look up the ice and make a play. So it's a team thing here. The forwards have to pull their weight too, as far as getting themselves in a spot to get open so we can transition quicker up north.
This is kind of a tough question, but you've taken two significant power forwards out of your lineup, Josh Anderson and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Does that just change the makeup of your club? And does it change at all your expectations in terms of how hard you can be to play against?
Well, listen, all the stuff that went on with Luke and Andy and the back and forth, they're two really good players. And they're really good players. And having said that, I'm looking at how Jack has stepped in here and is probably in the short little time here has probably been our most consistent center making plays. Patty, you could see, I think the adrenaline wore off in game 2 and he really struggled. I think he just needs to get some ice time, but you lose a couple players. We've still added some good players too. I looked at tape of Max from last year and 2 years ago, how he played. He's a really good player. We just got to try to get him there. So this is part of the business, whether it be trades, contract squabbles, wanting to leave, all the that we've gone through here the past couple of years. we have still went about our business and played hard. And so that's a responsibility of all of us, no matter what the lineup is. That is the backbone of our organization, is that we're a hard team to play against. And I have not seen that consistently enough.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, John. For all the things you're trying to figure out, how much peace of mind is Corpy giving you right now? He seems to elevate, even in the later stages of that game the other night, he seemed to elevate his game and be even better.
Yeah, Corpy just, he just goes about his business. Doesn't talk much. He has been really good right from day one here. I just like the way he's gone. He's had to wait his turn. When Bob was here, then Elvis comes onto the scene, and what's going to happen here? Elvis highly touted, as he very well should be. He's a really good goalie. Is he going to take Corpy's job? Corpy didn't say, he just played. And he's been our most consistent player in these first 12 games. The games that he has played, obviously, but he's been our most consistent player.
He was good in the bubble. Is he better now? Is he incrementally stepping it up as he moves along?
And that's what's nice to watch. He just, and I think Manny has a good relationship with all our goalies. I think Manny's done a great job. I just think that remember beginning of last year, we were really nervous about what was going to happen. And Corpy was part of that duo that really gave us an opportunity to get to Toronto. And played very well there. So yeah, each day he works. I never see him in my office. I don't think he's spoken probably 10 words to me in the years I've coached him. And he just continues to go about his business and get better.
And while we're on the position, do you have any kind of update on Elvis's status?
I do not. I'm not sure where that's at.
Thanks.
Finally, back to Mark Scheid. Go ahead, Mark.
What time is it, Glenn?
12.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Glenn. Just different parts of the lineup. I know you're probably looking to get Liam Foodie back in at some point. Just how hard of a decision will that be? Maybe considering Foods, Griggs, or Stens for a lineup spot.
Yeah. Foods is going to play. Yeah, he's going to play, and I don't think he was playing that well, but he played some good games prior to when he struggled, and I think we missed his speed. Gregor has. Greg is probably going to be out, and I'm not sure if that's the right call or not, quite honestly. And this is, I go back to the merit part of it. I'm not going to get mixed up in my decisions as far as who should play. Gregor hasn't lit it on fire, but does he deserve to come out? I don't know. I really don't know. But he's probably going to be out. Sten is chomping on the bit. When he did play, he played very well. Those things could change because I have to, and all teams go through it at the beginning of the year. You get new players in, you give them a chance to get going. You have to, but we're 12 games in, and enough's enough, okay? Especially only playing 56. We're 12 games in, so I'm going to really watch it very closely now on people, and I need to put the people that really deserve to be in that lineup, but all the other allowing him to play and trying to help him find his game. We've gone through that. And so that's where I stand there. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but that's where I'm at.